In the sweeping expanse of history, few stories resonate with such profound clarity and spiritual depth as that of Saint Francis of Assisi. His life stands as a testament to the transformative power of divine grace, illustrating a journey that transcends the mundane and enters the realm of the sacred. Born Giovanni di Pietro di Bernardone in 1181, in the picturesque town of Assisi, Italy, Francis's early life was shaped by the affluence and social prestige of his family. His father, Pietro di Bernardone, a successful cloth merchant, envisioned a future of prosperity and influence for his son, intending for him to continue the family's business and uphold their esteemed status within the community. From a young age, Francis was immersed in a world of luxury and indulgence, enjoying the benefits of his father's wealth and the admiration it brought. His youthful days were filled with the pleasures of social life, extravagance, and a carefree existence. The vibrant festivals, lavish banquets, and social gatherings of Assisi painted a picture of success and fulfillment that seemed to promise contentment. However, despite the outward signs of success and happiness, there was a growing emptiness within him, a sense of disillusionment that the trappings of wealth could not fill. This discontent echoed the sentiments expressed in the book of Ecclesiastes. "Vanity of vanities," says the preacher, "vanity of vanities. All is vanity." Ecclesiastes 1 verse 2. This passage captures the profound realization that material success alone could not satisfy the deepest yearnings of the human soul. The dramatic shift in Francis's life began during the period of the Fourth Crusade. Instead of being inspired to join the ranks of soldiers and seek glory through conquest, Francis experienced a spiritual awakening that would forever alter his trajectory. This awakening was marked by a period of illness and introspection, during which Francis began to perceive life through a divine lens rather than a worldly one. The Gospel of Matthew reminds us, "For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you invited me in." Matthew 25 verse 35. It was through such experiences of embracing the marginalized and serving those in need that Francis started to grasp the essence of Christ's teachings. This period of reflection led him to question the value of his previous pursuits and seek a higher purpose aligned with the principles of humility and compassion. One of the most pivotal moments in Francis's transformation was his encounter with a leper. Initially repulsed by the sight of the leper, Francis's reaction was a reflection of the societal prejudices and fears of his time. Leprosy was not only a physical affliction but also a social stigma, causing those affected to be ostracized and marginalized. Yet, driven by an inner spiritual compulsion, he embraced the leper, symbolizing a profound shift from revulsion to compassion. This act was not merely a physical gesture but a deep spiritual realization that transcended societal boundaries and embraced the inherent dignity of every human being. It was a manifestation of Christ's call to love and serve those whom society often neglects or despises. By embracing the leper, Francis demonstrated a radical departure from societal norms and embodied the Christian virtue of unconditional love. Francis's renunciation of his family's wealth and societal status was not a superficial act of rebellion but a deeply spiritual decision to follow Christ's example. Francis's public renunciation, where he declared his intention to forsake all earthly attachments, was a powerful testimony of his commitment to divine will. Standing before the Bishop of Assisi and his father, Francis proclaimed, "Until now I have called you Father on earth, but now I say, Our Father who is in heaven," as cited in the life of Saint Francis. This dramatic gesture underscored his resolve to prioritize his spiritual vocation over material possessions and social standing. By casting aside his inheritance and family connections, Francis embraced a life of poverty and simplicity, reflecting his unwavering devotion to the teachings of Jesus Christ and his mission to live a life of radical discipleship. In summary, the life of Saint Francis of Assisi is a profound example of how divine grace can transform a life of privilege into one of profound spiritual depth and service. His journey from affluence to asceticism, marked by his encounters with the marginalized and his renunciation of worldly attachments, illustrates the powerful impact of living a life fully aligned with Christ's teachings. Francis's story continues to inspire and challenge us to examine our own lives and consider how we might embody the values of compassion, humility, and faith in our own journey. This declaration symbolized his radical departure from materialism and his profound alignment with spiritual truths, setting the stage for a life dedicated to God. By renouncing his worldly possessions and familial ties, Francis made a bold statement about the nature of true wealth and the essence of spiritual fulfillment. His choice was not merely a rejection of material comfort, but a deliberate embrace of a life defined by simplicity, humility, and unwavering devotion to divine principles. The essence of Francis's new life was rooted in the vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience. His commitment to poverty was not an end in itself, but a means to live in a way that reflected the simplicity and humility of Christ's life. By choosing to live among the poor and serve the marginalized, Francis sought to embody the Gospel's call to live a life of unconditional love and service. His decision to adopt such a radical lifestyle was inspired by Christ's teachings, as illustrated in the Sermon on the Mount. "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." Matthew 5 verse 3. This beatitude encapsulates the spiritual richness that comes from recognizing one's own need for God and living in a manner that aligns with divine humility. Francis's life became a living testament to this beatitude, demonstrating that true spiritual richness lies not in material wealth but in the depth of one's relationship with God. Through his actions, he showed that the pursuit of holiness is intimately connected with the embrace of a humble and service-oriented life. The establishment of the Franciscan Order marked a significant development in the history of Christian spirituality. Founded on the principles of poverty, humility, and service, the order attracted numerous followers who were inspired by Francis's example. The Franciscans sought to live out the gospel message in its most unadulterated form, emphasizing the importance of living a life of compassion and simplicity. Their commitment to these values resonated deeply with people across various cultures and social strata, creating a movement that transcended geographical and cultural boundaries. The order's dedication to living among the poor, preaching repentance, and caring for the sick was a manifestation of Francis's vision of an active, engaged faith that responded to the needs of the world with love and empathy. Francis's profound connection with nature was another distinctive aspect of his spirituality. He perceived the natural world as a reflection of God's creation, deserving of reverence and care. This deep appreciation for the natural world is beautifully captured in his Canticle of the Sun, a hymn of praise to God that celebrates the beauty and sanctity of all created things. In this hymn, Francis addresses elements of nature as sister and brother, reflecting his belief in the interconnectedness of all creation. Praised be you, my Lord, through our sister Mother Earth, who sustains us and governs us, and who produces various fruits with colored flowers and herbs. Canticle of the Sun. This hymn not only expresses gratitude for the gifts of creation, but also underscores Francis's belief that living in harmony with nature is an integral part of spiritual life. By acknowledging the natural world as a reflection of God's divine handiwork, Francis invited others to recognize the sacredness of even the most ordinary aspects of life. His teachings encourage a holistic approach to spirituality that honors the environment and respects the inherent dignity of all living creatures. In conclusion, Saint Francis of Assisi's life is a profound testament to the transformative power of embracing spiritual truths over material comforts. His commitment to poverty, chastity, and obedience, along with his deep connection with nature, shaped a legacy that continues to inspire and challenge people to live out the gospel in their daily lives. His example calls us to reconsider our own values and to seek a life of simplicity, compassion, and reverence for all creation. Through his actions and teachings, Francis of Assisi remains a beacon of spiritual insight, reminding us that true fulfillment and richness are found in aligning our lives with divine love and humility. Aqui está a expansão do texto solicitado. In the later years of his life, Saint Francis of Assisi endured significant physical suffering, including the stigmata, the visible wounds that mirrored the crucifixion of Christ. This extraordinary phenomenon, marked by the appearance of nail marks on his hands and feet, as well as a wound in his side, was both a profound blessing and a heavy burden. These stigmata were not only a testament to his deep spiritual union with Christ's suffering, but also a source of intense physical pain and emotional distress. Despite the severity of his trials, Francis maintained an astonishing sense of peace and joy, embodying the paradox of Christian suffering and divine grace. His enduring serenity amidst such affliction highlighted his unwavering faith and deep spiritual conviction. Francis's final words, "I have done what was my duty to do. May Christ teach you to do yours," succinctly encapsulate the essence of his life's mission. These words reflect his profound sense of fulfillment and completion in his spiritual journey. They convey a message of humble service and dedication, emphasizing that his life was lived in complete alignment with his divine calling. By focusing on his duty to God and others, Francis demonstrated that the true measure of a life well lived is found not in personal achievements or worldly success, but in faithful service and obedience to divine purpose. Saint Francis's legacy endures as a source of inspiration and spiritual guidance for people across the globe. His life challenges us to re-examine our own attachments to material wealth and societal status, urging us to consider the values we hold and the pursuits we prioritize. In an era where the pursuit of material success and superficial values often dominate, Francis's example serves as a guiding light. His life reminds us of the profound joy and fulfillment that come from living in alignment with divine purpose and embracing a lifestyle characterized by simplicity, humility, and service. Reflecting on the divine journey of Saint Francis invites us to embark on our own path of spiritual transformation. His story is not merely a historical account, but a living testament to the power of faith and the transformative impact of divine grace. As we seek to understand and embody the teachings of Christ, we are encouraged to find inspiration in Francis's life and strive to cultivate the same depth of devotion, compassion, and humility that he exemplified. His life offers a blueprint for spiritual growth, urging us to embrace a life of service and to find fulfillment in our relationship with God rather than in material accomplishments. Saint Francis of Assisi's journey from wealth to holiness offers a profound lesson for our own lives. His transformation from a life of affluence to one of profound spiritual richness teaches us to look beyond the superficial allure of material success. Francis's story encourages us to seek a deeper, more meaningful connection with God and to embrace a life of service and love. Through his example, we are reminded that true fulfillment and spiritual richness come not from earthly possessions but from living in harmony with divine will and dedicating our lives to the service of others. If you enjoyed the video and found it inspiring, please take a moment to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends and family. Your support helps us continue to create and share uplifting content that inspires and encourages others on their spiritual journeys.